Domain name video. Domain names. The domain names are so. It's, the niche market in domain names is so small. It's like now, if you want to sell a domain name, it's okay, but as long as it's only a mansion, domain name brokers only want to sell mansions only. That's all they're interested in. But eventually, domain names, which is our digital land on the internet, is effectively a digital address on the internet. So the keyword addresses are going to be the best, and GTLD keywords are, I reckon, the best. Apart from like your two-letter.coms and your two-number.coms or whatever, yeah. As long as it isn't that particular one. But the just like now, if you see, I watch a property auction sometimes online, right? And it's one of the best in the country. But they will sell a plot of land. It might be a plot of land. It might be a. It might be if so someone's selling or a house and they're actually selling half the garden for planning permission for someone else to build a house on or whatever. Yeah, that'll get sold in a property auction, right? You can have anything. You can have a flat. It'll be sold in a property auction. You can have a semi-detached house. It'll be sold in a property auction. You can have an estate with acres of land. It'll be sold in a property auction. The property is property. Real estate is real estate. It's not. Oh, we can only sell it if it's a multi-million-pound mansion, and we can actually make an absolute fortune on the commission. Eventually, domain names will be everything will be sold. Well, like GoDaddy auctions, you can list anything, and it'll get if it's half decent, it'll get bought. But that said, domain name brokers are so fussy, so fussy. They only want premium, ultra premium. But like, if that was the case, like for a normal property, houses, yeah, anyone with a house, yeah, or a semi-detached house or a flat would never get their house sold because they were too busy trying to sell mansions. Actually, when you phone the estate agents up, sorry, we're very fussy and we can't be selling your house because we're too we're too up our own posterior. It doesn't work that way, does it? You can phone up, you can have a flat, you can phone up an estate agent, yeah, and they'll put it in the window and it'll sell. Right? That's just as easy as it gets. And at the moment, it probably sell within a week, couple of weeks. The domain names will go that way eventually, because about 95% of domain names aren't being sold because there's not brokers to sell them because there's the brokers that are available only want to sell to the big companies like Amazon and Facebook that will pay big money for them. They can't be bothered with anything that's and they're not really seeing the value in GTLDs, but GTLD values are starting to rise. People are starting to realise the GTLD values, although .com investors just blatantly refuse to realise that they even exist. So you usually wouldn't be able to sell a GTLD to a staunch .com investor who only believes that .com is everything and nothing else matters. But you'll soon be able to just pick up phone a broker. Even like GoDaddy, it's got brokers that will actually, if you type in a website address and it's not available, it's been taken or whatever, yeah. You can actually click a button underneath that actually asks the broker to actually try and negotiate a sale to buy that website address, right? But so GoDaddy have got brokers, Sedo have got brokers, and Uniregistry have got brokers. I'm only looking for a broker. So, which is so silly anyway. I've probably bought about 400 domains over the years, right? I've got one or two left, right? Um, but the problem is that trying to find a broker is like It's like rocket science, it really is. And excuse me, I'll quickly yawn. It's like, well, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. So and yeah, so there's not domain names aren't really. There's only about 5% of the market, or 1% of the domain name market actually being sold. The rest, there's lots of people just sitting there waiting for brokers who haven't got a broker. If anyone's got, anyone knows how to sell and knows how to do outbound professionally with GDPR and whatever, uh, and how that affects it, uh, would make an absolute fortune selling domain names. They would. And all you need is the basic skills of negotiation. And see, I probably know how to sell. I've been on sales courses. I know people that can sell, but they've got just no interest at all in domain names. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And me, I've got no interest in selling either. I'm not a salesperson. I couldn't sell a cup of tea. But I've got no interest in selling at all. None whatsoever. Or actually getting a website and all that. And I've got my interest in domains is actually thinking about them, buying them, and that's it. But I would love to pass them to a broker who could sell. Someone who knows how to sell. Not you wouldn't have to know how to sell. Someone I don't know, or knows how to list them on marketplaces and whatever. Yeah, just don't know that knows how to list. And yeah, excuse me, still yawning. But that's it. It's just like the market is still so new. Even though the domain name market is probably 35 years old, it was 95 before 95, 90s probably. 90, so it's probably about 30 odd years old. The domain name market plus a bit early. Yeah, about 35 years old. But it's still new. It's still new. But people don't realise the value of domain names. In the UK, it's only a matter of time before the number plate resellers, you'll see them advertising in the papers or whatever. When they get into domain names, then you're going to see some proper big name domain names being sold. .co.uk's, .uk's, whatever. When they start selling, and it'll probably take a UDRP to really put domain names in the UK on the map. Which means someone will pay a lot of money for a website address, and it'll be questioned. You see, and it'll actually be disputed, and you have to go to a UDRP panel, and it'll be the person that paid a lot of money will actually may lose their domain, and it may, depending on who bought it and how famous they are, it would put domain names on the map in the UK. But the problem is that you can go to. This is the problem with domain names, well, domain names are land, digital land, yeah, and you get land. You can't buy. I suppose at auction you can, because you have to go and sort your documents out at auction, and the land has already been checked before prior to it being sold. You wouldn't be able to just walk down the town and say, here's my land, right? Yeah, and someone say, yeah, I'll buy it, yeah, and that's it, yeah, and 2 minutes later you can use it. It doesn't happen like that, because an auctioneer would not just say that, would actually do the verifying checks of the land, that you own the land, and etc., and that the land and what uses the land would have, and any planning permission, and all that would be checked before the sale, wouldn't it? An auction sale. Whereas domain names, that's not the case. You can just list it on auction, and that's it. Yeah, it sells for what it sells for. And then all the checks are done later, after the sale, which means basically if it's got a trademark on it or whatever else, that's done after the sale. It's not done before the sale. And that's where the problems in domain names lie. Because the legal aspect of domain names shouldn't be. It's like selling a car. Here's your car. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, that's tough, isn't it? It's that's not the attitude. That's the attitude that exists within domain names, which you shouldn't do. And they can't really. They've got no. And then you've got all the consequences of UDRP and R reverse RDNH. If you just look at Google into type it in Google, RV RDNH and UDRPs, and you'll see the problems with domain names. But these things shouldn't. That's why. Well, even at auctions, even local auction houses, they're online internationally. They get international bids. They why local auction houses aren't selling domain names and doing the checks on domain names beforehand, so that like, when again you take if a person takes something to an auction in their local town, they'll take it in and it'll be like a viewing. Then about 2 or 3 days before the viewing, you can't take it in the same morning. It might, because then they'll produce like a catalogue or whatever of that people can browse, a list of all the items for sale. That takes time to compile and produce, and to make sure that the item that's been bought in to be sold can be sold. And that again, like if you a property auction, you wouldn't be able to take a something into an auction and it'd be sold 5 minutes later and you can use it in 5 minutes. All the necessary checks would actually be done on the land, all the property and the survey and all that would be done, so that the property that's being sold would be able to be sold, etc., etc., and the person that bought it would be able to use it. None of that exists within domain names. It's just like basically, yeah, this is what it is, and yeah, a quick trademark check, and that's it, and that's done. But all domains should be trademark checked before sale, and that legal aspect of it should be done prior or within the auction house. Say like for GoDaddy auctions, every domain name that's listed should be trademark checked prior to actually. Yes, it would take time, and it would bump the price up considerably because that time would be added to the price of the domain name. So there's a lot of digital infrastructure that needs to be in place in the domain name industry that isn't, and that will only add value to an already some of these premium names now. If they had all that legal infrastructure within the checking of the validity, I can't say it, validity of the domain name, that would add value to the price, and those that are already worth selling for millions as it is would actually be selling for massive millions because there would be more of that done, more checking, verification, etc., etc. It'd be like the price of expensive art. So there's a lot still to be done within domain names, that because eventually you'll be able to just buy a domain name, and when you buy it, you'll be able to just click a button which will be would you like a broker to sell it for you, and you just click yes, and that'll be it, and the broker will actually do those checks and sell the domain for you, and just say it's been sold and this is what you get. This is the fee it was sold for, less our commission, and that's where domain names will go eventually. But it's just we're still miles behind the times of that, because still people don't understand domain names, what they are the impact of them. And people now are buying domain names for they're buying domain names for redirects only, not to actually build a website on them. What they're doing, they're buying the keywords. Let's just say, for example, privacy lawyer. I say that because I used to own privacy lawyer. Let's just say that privacy solicitors, because I still own that as it is at the moment, right? Yeah? Let's just say privacy, people typing into Google, right? Privacy solicitors, right? So what will happen is, this is why people are buying domain names. They're buying them for the keywords. So what they do is people looking for a privacy solicitor will type into Google privacy solicitor. And what they will see is they will see a lot of brands, legal brands, right? And the legal brands will be household names in that county or whatever, or known, yeah, big brands, big brand legal companies. And they will be in their legal brands, or you would see like privacylistler.com or something like that, whatever. Yeah, and then you'd click on that, and that would actually just redirect you to a big brand, which means that the privacy solicitor would come up very, very close to the top of the Google search results for privacy solicitor. Privacy solicitor, can't even say it. But so, how many people would click on the privacy solicitor in the .com because they value the .com? And it looks, that's what it would be. And then it's there's an insurance company now that uses it, and they use the keyword of their industry, and people click on that and it goes straight into their insurance brand, which is not the keyword, but it bypasses the competition. So you're bypassing the Google listings. If you're at the top of the Google listings, people aren't going to get to listings 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever, yeah, because they've clicked the first listing and they've gone straight into that wherever that is redirected into, which is why people are using the keywords for redirects into their brand, so they can keep their brand as it is, and they use a keyword which adds more type-in traffic into their website address, into their existing website, so they haven't got to change anything. All they do is actually put a redirect from a keyword, and it will usually be .com. And that's why, like today, not today, in the January auction, which is about a month away, right? In Austin, Texas, the GoDaddy NamesCon auction, where you can buy and sell premium domain names, but at auction. In a live auction, you can be in a live room where it's going on, auction, a proper auctioneer, and you can see it on YouTube. You'll see, just type in NamesCon auction live, and there's someone will have actually vlogged it, and we're getting into vlogging area now, so there'll be more vloggers vlogging it, and it'll get more popular. But so that's only a month away now from this video, in January. But you'll get what was it? Like crisps.com is being sold. Crisps.com. There's enough crisp factories in the world, but people won't type in crisps because they can just buy them down the shop. But for manufacturers that want to sell bulk, well, for crisp factories, you can't forget the word crisps, can you? Someone will want crisp.com for a lot of money. They'll pay a lot of money for it because they'll use it just simply. For example, it could probably go to Walmart. Walmart sell a lot of crisps. Amazon will sell a lot of crisps. And it'll just be like, people type crisps and it'll just go straight into redirect, and before you know it, you'll be on Amazon, on Walmart's website, right? Whatever you buy, and then you buy everything else with it. I don't know, but that's where we're going. Like people type in laptops. The question is probably not so much the thing, but laptops is. People just type in laptops into Google, and laptop.com is being sold this in a month's time, and someone will pay good money for that, and they just use that as a redirect into whoever sells laptops. It could be anyone. It could be like Dell, Microsoft, Apple, whatever. But it'll be whoever pays them the most money for it to use it as a redirect into their existing website. They won't change their whole website and put it onto laptop.com. They'll just use the laptop.com as a keyword, which means it will appear as one of the top searches in laptop. And then when people click on the laptop, it just connects into different websites. Just like if you click on a link and it goes to the website it's been linked to. That's where website addresses, that's the redirect, or using them as links, not as to build websites on, etc. That's just using them as redirects. But that's big at the moment. But to do that, you need to have the keyword and the .com on the end, and they're going for millions at the moment. So millions of dollars, depending on what the keyword is. You've only got to ask. This is it. It's a simple search, a simple check. Ask Google. Google knows everything, right? Yeah. Google, what are the most expensive website addresses in the world? And Google will tell you exactly what they were. And that's what they go for. And they're only going to get more expensive as time goes by. And there's a lot of them are available, but they're being held by domain hoarders. with thousands and thousands of domain names. And again, some of the best domain names have quite high yearly renewals. And the yearly renewals, there's people now with $10, $20, $30,000 a year just paying the renewals. And all that does is it buys time. So what it does is that they're paying the renewals so they can keep hold of their portfolio. And the prices are only going up, which means that they've only got to sell a couple for the price of the renewals. And it pays for the portfolio to exist for another year as the prices go up even higher. And eventually the renewals, even though they'll be quite high to renew, it will be nothing because the price of the domains will be even more. And that's domain names for you. But no, we're not. It's like cars. If cars were only 6, yeah, if cars have only been manufactured for 6 years, they wouldn't be everywhere. It's like Teslas now. How long have Teslas been about? GTLDs are about the same age as Teslas. I don't know, what, 2014? I've not seen it, about 2013, if that's it. Not much more than that. They've only been about from about 20. I've not seen a 2012 Tesla, I don't think. But, so GTLDs are like Teslas. They've been about, but they're starting. You see a few of them, but you don't see that many of them, do you? And GTLDs are the same. You see a few of them, but you don't see that many. But eventually there'll be Tesla everywhere, and there'll be GTLDs everywhere. And then when that happens, more people will actually value GTLDs, and the value of GTLDs will increase. That's just the basic as is. And when you think you can buy a GTLD for 20 quid, it makes sense buying them. What I thought. What do I know? I know nothing. And yawning again, blimey. And that's GTLDs for you, and domain names generally. So although no one really understands them, you've only got an Amazon because Amazon went and bought a website address, and they pay whatever it is, like 5 or 10 quid a year to renew it, or whatever it is. You've only got a Facebook account and a WhatsApp and Insta or whatever. It's because Facebook pays that renewal. It's one of the first things they do. You've only got a Google.com because Google pay the website address. The whole internet is linked to domain names. Without domain names, there isn't an internet. And when you understand that, you realise that how powerful the keywords are in certain in authority. .com gives you the authority, or the authoritativeness of a website address, and the keyword is the keyword, what people type in, which is why you get the phrase type-in traffic, etc. into Google. Because you haven't got to have, but people want to have the words that people type in to find a product. The problem is that Amazon is A, which is the first letter in the alphabet. So and it will be, and the sheer volume of people typing in Amazon means that Amazon will be one of the first listings in any search, in any category, on any keyword on earth. And that's what the high street can't compete with that, because H is, if you get the high street, the high street is T, which is well down the alphabet, and H, high street, is halfway down it, or third of the way in. And Amazon is first in the alphabet. Apple is first in the alphabet. And they're both trillion-dollar companies, aren't they? Facebook is well over $500 billion company. Google's at least a $500 billion company, and that's so you got you got this between the four of them: Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. There's $3 trillion, at least $3 trillion in company. So when you get like the UK saying we're going to regulate Amazon or whatever, nothing you can do. Nothing they can do. Amazon will buy Deliveroo because it will make sense to do so. They've only got to dangle a few billion. Oh yes, we want the billions. Oh yes, you might as well. Yeah. And that's when you realise just how much money that Amazon have actually made, or Google, Facebook Facebook on its own is worth nearly 80 billion, and he'll go over 100 billion with LibreCoin easily, comfortably. Personal wealth, personal wealth. Amazon could fund Brexit about 5 times out of his back pocket. Personal wealth. That's the money they have. So when you see Amazon warehouses, yeah, when you see the richest person on earth, which Amazon is, Jeff Bezos, the richest person on earth, there is going to be a lot more Amazons, built Amazon warehouses in the UK, everywhere, globally. He's got the infrastructure. We haven't even started to see Amazon warehouses. We haven't even started. There'll be Amazon warehouses at the end of the street. When you've got a person with money who has no surplus, no shortage of money, and what he can do. Again, I waffle on about drones. Amazon, I know it's domain names, but like, they made the money because they didn't need the infrastructure, because they had one of the best domain names in the world. Amazon, one of the biggest rivers, if not the biggest river, and it's the first letter in the alphabet. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Amazon could have 1 billion drones. You could just write a check now for 1 billion drones, and someone would actually say, "Here's your 1 billion drones." And all the complications and the problems that would cause. But it's possible. The Amazon, the guy has got no shortage of wealth. He doesn't know what, and it's only going to increase. The high street hasn't got a chance. Supermarkets only exist if Amazon wants them to. And they have to understand that. Because the supermarkets failed to understand the customer. The high street failed to understand the customer. Amazon understands the customer. They want the biggest selection of choice at the cheapest possible price, and they want it about 10 minutes ago. Amazon can do it, Amazon can get there in about 15 minutes, which is what they want, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And that's where we're going. Not book your guide on groceries and you get it in about 3 days' time. That was never going to start. And that's why you got click and collect, because people don't do the Amazon's got it spot on, and we haven't even started to see how big Amazon's going to get. And there you go. And yesterday in the paper, I know it's me waffling on, but yesterday in the paper, this is going 27 minutes, my data's already gone. Yesterday in the paper, Amazon is trying to buy Deliveroo. Deliveroo's only been about 6-7 years. Amazon's bid for 450 million for 16% of Deliveroo, values Deliveroo at 2.8 billion pounds. It's not even close. Google would pay that. Facebook would pay that quite easily. So, but Amazon needs it big time. But the problem is that yeah, Amazon will have to, if Amazon gets Deliveroo. See, Deliveroo's there. Why didn't supermarkets buy Deliveroo? Why didn't the UK supermarkets buy Deliveroo? Why didn't Walmart buy Deliveroo? Because they don't realise that there's no need for the high street. It's all going to come out of Amazon warehouses via Deliveroo. That's the future of everything. Everything you buy will, like they say that everything you buy comes on a lorry. Eventually, everything you buy will come from Amazon via Deliveroo. That's it. That's the shopping sorted. And there you go. Bit of waffle for you. But again, there was on about in the paper yesterday about groceries and deliveries and takeaway. And I own grocerytakeaway.com. Paid 15 quid for it, about 15, 20 quid for it. And I got grocerydrive-through.com as well. But obviously if I went to a broker, they would say, oh, there's not any value in that. Domain names and reality. That's tech, but I concentrate on tech venture and domain names. So I already own the domain names that TechVenture